Imagine this. You're in your 20s in the US. You finally have a job. Maybe you're making more money than you did in school, but somehow your bank account still feels like it did when you were a teenager. Paycheck comes in, bills go out, a few taps on your phone, and boom, you're back to almost zero again. You tell yourself next month will be different, but it isn't. If that feels uncomfortably familiar, this video is for you. Today, we're breaking down 5 money mistakes to avoid in your 20s in the US. The kind of mistakes that quietly keep you stuck living paycheck to paycheck, stressed about bills, and always feeling behind, even if you're working hard. Before we dive in, if you're serious about getting smarter with money in your 20s, without hype or get-rich-quick nonsense, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. This is a faceless channel built to help young adults in the US escape paycheck-to-paycheck living with realistic money systems and side hustles, not fairy tales. All right, let's get into it. Mistake number 1 is spending on autopilot and letting lifestyle creep take over. Here's how it usually looks. You get a paycheck, you pay rent, you cover your car, your phone, your subscriptions. Then you scroll, you tap a few times, you order takeout, you buy something small on Amazon, you go out a couple of nights, and the month is basically gone. None of those purchases feels crazy, but together, they quietly eat the gap between what you earn and what you keep. Lifestyle creep happens when every time your income goes up, your spending simply rises to match it. You get a raise, and instead of creating breathing room, you upgrade your apartment, upgrade your car, upgrade your nights out. On paper, you're making more. In reality, you're still broke, just with nicer stuff. The problem is not that you buy coffee or go out with friends. The problem is that it's all unconscious. There's no plan. There's no limit. There's no moment where you stop and ask, how much of this do I actually want? Here's the fix. First, do a 7-day spending awareness reset. For the next week, every time you spend money, I don't care if it's $2 or $200, write it down or track it in your Notes app. No judging, no being good, just observe what's actually happening. Most people are shocked when they see how many small hits are flowing out. Second, every month, give your money a simple job before you start spending. Decide how much goes to bills, how much goes to your basic life, how much goes to fun, and how much goes to future you. If you don't tell your money where to go, lifestyle creep will decide for you. Mistake number 2, only paying the minimum on high-interest debt. Money mistake number 2 is only paying the minimum on high-interest debt, especially credit cards. Credit cards are one of the easiest traps in your 20s. You swipe, it feels like free money, and as long as you can make the minimum payment, it doesn't feel that bad. But here's the thing. Minimum payments are designed to keep you in debt as long as possible. If you carry a balance with a high interest rate, a huge part of your payment is just going to interest, not actually reducing what you owe. Over time, it's like running on a treadmill. You're moving, you're sweating, but you're not really getting closer to the exit. You don't have to be a math genius to fix this. You just need a clear order of attack. Here's a simple framework. Step 1. List every debt you have on a single page. Credit cards, personal loans, buy now, pay later plans. For each one, write down 3 things: total balance, minimum payment, and interest rate. Step 2. Choose a main target debt, usually the one with the highest interest rate. While you keep making the minimum payment on everything else, you throw every extra dollar you can at this one target until it's gone. Step 3. When that debt is paid off, you don't relax. You roll the money you were using on that payment into the next debt. It's like building a snowball of payments. It's not glamorous and it's not instant, but if you're only making minimum payments, you're quietly giving away thousands of dollars to interest over the next few years. Your 20s are way too valuable for that. Mistake number 3 is having no emergency fund at all. Money mistake number 3 is having no emergency fund at all. In your 20s, it feels like you can just figure it out. If something goes wrong, you'll put it on a card, borrow from a friend, or just hope it doesn't get too bad.
The problem is that life does not care about your timing. The car breaks down, your hours get cut, your laptop dies, you need a last-minute ticket, or you get hit with a medical bill. If you have zero buffer, every surprise turns into a crisis. And when you're in crisis mode, you make desperate decisions. You swipe the card, take a bad loan, or sell something you care about. An emergency fund is not about being rich. It's just about not being one small problem away from total chaos. Here's how to start even if money is tight. Your first goal is not 6 months of expenses. Your first goal is something like $500 to $1,000 set aside in a separate place. Somewhere that's easy to access in an emergency, but not so easy that you'll casually spend it. Pick a specific amount, write it down, and call it your minimum safety level. Then automate it. Even $10, $20, or $50 a week adds up over time. Think of it like building a small wall between you and panic. Every dollar in that emergency fund is future stress you don't have to feel.
Mistake number 4, letting money sit instead of investing early. Money mistake number 4 is letting your money just sit there instead of learning to invest early. When you're in your 20s, it's easy to think, I'll start investing later when I make more, or it's too risky, I'll wait until I understand everything. So your money just sits in a checking account, or maybe a basic savings account, slowly losing value to inflation. The truth is, time is your biggest advantage. You don't need a huge amount of money. You need time plus consistency. We're not going to get super technical here, but here's the big idea. Investing is how you make your money work for you instead of you always working for your money. That might look like an index fund inside a retirement account, or a diversified portfolio you add to each month. Of course, this is not financial advice, and you should always do your own research or talk to a licensed professional. But the principle is simple. If you get used to investing even small amounts early, future you gets options. Options to work less, options to say no, options to walk away. If you're scared of doing it wrong, start with education. Set a rule that you'll spend at least 1 hour a week learning about basic investing before you buy anything. The goal is not to gamble. The goal is to build a quiet, boring machine that grows in the background while you live your life. Your 20s are when that machine is cheapest to build. Mistake number 5, chasing quick money and copy-pasting whatever you see on the internet. You see someone on TikTok saying they made $30,000 in a week trading something. You see someone flexing a car, a watch, a crazy month. You're tired of feeling behind, so you think, maybe this is the shortcut. Maybe this is my way out. Most of the time, it isn't. Get-rich-quick paths often come with get-broke-even-faster risk. When you throw money at things you don't understand, meme coins, random signals groups, shady business opportunities, overpriced courses with no real plan, you're not investing, you're just paying expensive tuition to the universe. Here's a healthier way to think about it. Imagine all your money decisions as a pizza. Maybe 80% of the pizza should be boring, stable, long-term moves. Paying down debt, building an emergency fund, learning to invest in simple things you understand. Maybe 15% can be for learning and testing, starting a side hustle, trying out a new tool, developing a skill. And maybe only 5%, if any, should go to high-risk experiments. If you flip that, if 80% of your energy goes to chasing the next big thing, you're not building a life, you're gambling with your future. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room, you just need to be consistent, patient, and a little bit boring with your money.
Wrap up. How to stop making these 5 mistakes in your 20s in the US. So let's recap the 5 money mistakes to avoid in your 20s in the US. Mistake number 1, spending on autopilot and letting lifestyle creep run your life. Mistake number 2, only paying the minimum on high-interest debt. Mistake number 3, having no emergency fund at all. Mistake number 4, letting your money just sit instead of learning to invest early. And mistake number 5, chasing quick money and copy-pasting whatever you see online. You don't have to fix everything overnight, but you can pick one mistake from this list and start changing it this week. Maybe you track every dollar for 7 days. Maybe you choose one credit card to attack. Maybe you start your first tiny emergency fund transfer. Maybe you watch one beginner-friendly investing video instead of a get-rich-in-30 days ad. Whatever it is, make it small enough that you'll actually do it. Your 20s are not about having it all figured out. They're about building systems and habits that your 30s and 40s will thank you for. If this video helped you see your money a little differently, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. We're going to keep dropping real, practical content to help young adults in the US escape paycheck to paycheck, living without shame and without hype. And if you want to go deeper, watch the next video on the channel about building a simple money system you can actually stick to. I'll see you there.